People are understanding something, are bringing peace in their lives. And you can be a part of the magic regardless of where you are. It's great to be here in Portugal, Porto, to do this event, to talk to you. And what I have to say this evening is not about some fantasy, not about how things could be, but how things are. Sometimes we forget. And do we forget it often? Yes. That our strength lies in how things are. So I'm going to begin with a simple little scenario. That somewhere over the equator, there is the ocean. And the morning comes, and the sun begins to shine. As the day progresses, the heat of the sun starts to warm the water. And as that water warms, it becomes a vapor. Now you know that. But let's just stop for a second. I know that. I've heard that. I heard that in school. Excuse me. Do you understand what is involved? It is the nature of the sun to give off heat. Not the water, the sun. It is the nature of the water, when heated, to become a vapor. Oh, this gets better. And this is where it gets good. Without pipes, without hoses, because it is the nature of that vapor, it rises and rises and rises and rises till it reaches higher altitude. It is the nature of the air that higher it goes. It is the nature of the atmosphere that higher it goes, the cooler it is. And now this vapor, as it rises, can condense. And as it condenses, it now takes on a shape of a cloud. I'm not done yet. Somewhere thousands of miles away, a seed has dropped from the tree. And this seed now needs one thing: water. But the processes of that seed having water are afoot. It is the nature of the wind on this planet Earth. Starts from the north, comes to the equator, warms up, goes back towards the poles, cools again, travels down. It is the nature, because the earth is rotating. The wind happens. The hot, the cold, the gusts of wind happen to propel this cloud, this vapor, towards that little seed. This is the nature. So, is there a plan? There are a lot of people ask that question. So, is there a plan? Why are you interested in the plan and not interested in the nature? It is the nature of the air. It is the nature of the seed. It is the nature of the tree. It is the nature of the sun. And I was thinking today how incredible it is. Because we are on a sphere. Because we are on a sphere, there is really no way for one sun to light up the whole earth. Now, if we were a disk, a flat disk, then you could have the sun on top and you could light the whole thing, at least on one side. But it is the nature of this earth to rotate. So everybody else gets the sun. And not only that, if the sun was just there, which it is, and the earth was stationary, and just on the top, even if it was rotating, it was just on the top. Here's the earth rotating, and here's the sun, just on the top. Nobody would go to Australia. It would be frozen. And it just hit me today. Wow. What a plan, or what a nature. And it is the nature of this earth, not only to rotate, but to wobble, split it. 6 months, summer, 6 months, summer, down there. The nature. So, just for that seed, so far that seed is concerned, here comes the rain. Special delivery. Do you know what special delivery means? Special delivery is a word or a phrase used in conjunction with mail. And what it means is that as soon as it arrives at the station, at the post house, it will be taken out and delivered expeditiously to the recipient. Normally, it would be collected, and then when the time is there for the postman to go to that area, then they would deliver it. And that could be a day late, 2 days late, 3 days late. But special delivery means that as soon as it arrives, it will be delivered. For that seed, that drop of rain is special delivery. Very special delivery. Just for that seed, that rain has come. You too have been a recipient of special delivery. Should we count them all? How about beginning with the simplest? Special delivery. Your breath. Just to you. Delivered as soon as possible. Special delivery. Life delivered to you. Special delivery. But we don't look at it that way. We look at it from every single other perspective. Why am I here? What am I doing on this earth? What's going to happen to me when I die? Excuse me. You haven't figured out why you are alive and you're already thinking about death? I mean, at least begin with answering the first question first. Where did I come from? Why, you intending to go back there? We lose the plot. We lose the perspective. We lose our vision. We lose our sight. We lose our feeling. We lose our understanding when we do not accept what we have right now. Right now. Because if you could accept and understand what you have right now, then you would be the richest. You would be the most content. You would be the most fortunate. You would be the most blessed. In fact, so much so that the question would be, what more could you ask for? But that's not how we work. That's not how we work. We work some other way. Oh, I need more of this. I want this. I want to be like that person. We see a person and they're driving an expensive car. Maybe they're driving a Rolls Royce. And we look at them and we go, wow, look at that car. Oh, look at that man driving that car. He's so fortunate. Could be the mechanic. Who had to get up at a ludicrous time on his day off, which he didn't want to because he was ordered by the boss. You got to take this car from here to there. We don't know. We just look at the picture, the surface, and we go, this is how it is. We ask, is there a God? And this is a very, very sensitive issue. I was in India speaking to, I think it was 150, 160,000 people. And I said, so how many of you believe that there is a God? And without thinking, they raised their hands. Because the next question was, how many of you know there is a God? People were like, and I'm saying, hey, you don't need both. If you know, you don't have to believe. If you don't know, then you have no other option except to believe. You should have been there. 150, 160,000 people. You could hear a pin drop silence, and this was an event happening outside. So do you know how fortunate you are? How lucky you are? Or somebody like me comes along and says it, and you go, yeah, that's good, that was good, that's good, okay, that's good, great. Now I feel really good. He said I was really lucky, and oh yeah, I guess I am really lucky. I do have this breath, and that's really, that's pretty special. I guess that's it. And tomorrow morning, everything is reset. Back to, oh my God, 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 oh my God. To truly understand all that is happening in your life right now. Right now, I'm in Portugal. Portugal won the match. Screaming, shouting. And then I have seen, one country wins the match, but then they lose, and everybody's like, oh my God, By the way, do you know what precarious balance you are in the midst of? There's this universe. If the sun moved 50 kilometers closer to the Earth, it would wreak havoc. It would wreak havoc. There are destructive forces out there in the universe, in the galaxies, hurling around at speeds unimaginable. Unimaginable. And they just are where they are, and if they got any closer, everything would be wiped out, just like that. People look at the sun and they go, oh, that's so good. That's so beautiful. Especially if you live in England. I'm going there soon. I have an event there. So, you don't see much of it, but once you do see it, it's like, wow, there it is. How gorgeous, how nice. Yeah, any idea? I mean, if I took some dynamite and lit the fuse on it and put it on your dining room table and said, please enjoy your dinner. Would you? I mean, could you? With that thing going off? I mean, it's like, couldn't. That sun is amazingly explosive. Winds come off of the sun at supersonic speeds, hit the earth so fast, create these magnetic storms, and that's the aurora borealis. In the north, you see all the dancing light, courtesy of the sun. Lights it up. And everybody's like, oh yeah, let's go to the beach. It's a nice sunny day. Everything is in balance. Balance, 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 and you are alive. Goes off of balance, nothing would be around. It'd be a disaster, it'd be chaos, it'd be fiasco. And how's your life? Here the universe is in balance, so you can exist, and you do exist, and your life is balanced. The sun is at bay, the moon is at bay, the oceans are in check. In your life, bring a storm. And what can cause the storm in your life? If your child came to you and said, Dad, I don't love you. Would it cause a storm? Of course. If somebody you love dearly came up to you and said, I hate you. Hate you. Talk about a balance, forget about the balance, the storm is afoot. The oceans are still in check. The sun is still in check. The moon is still in check. Everything is in check. And off you go. Oh my God. Why me? disaster. That's why it's very important to remember the special delivery that is being delivered every moment with this breath, again and again and again and again. To understand, to admire, to accept, to know, to exist in certainty every single day of your life. What do? We wish. I was flying here today, and I realized one thing. Flying is something that you have to deal with what is there. If you're landing somewhere and the weather is not good, you cannot say, I wish it was better. No, that's how it is. You don't like it, find some other place. But it is about how it is. You hear a loud noise? What was that? And you can't just say, nah, I think I just imagined it. No. Same way in your life. You have to know. Not pretend to know, but to know. Every day you must acknowledge the kindness that is allowing you to exist. Because if you don't, you have no foundation. I'm not saying you should drop your job. Don't do that, okay? People think, he said, I have to remember the kindness, so that means I have to forget about everything else. Who? Did I say that? I don't understand this mentality. To do these things, to feel gratitude, to feel clarity in your life, you must abandon the world. And so all those people who go around claiming I have abandoned the world. They're clear? Are they? Advertising is one thing. That's what they do. I've shunned the world. World's bad. World's terrible. And in India, what do? They shave off all their hair, put on saffron, to let everybody know, to let this world know, I have abandoned you. And every day, they get up. Most of us just shave here. But they have to shave here and here. I thought that was called vanity. I mean, perfectly shining head and the perfect tilak. And some of them really get into it. And who is this for? Who's going to see this? I mean, obviously you have abandoned the world, so the world's not going to see it, right? No, it's for the world. Kabir puts it very clearly. That it's like the bee. He says, there is the lake. On the lake is the lily. And around the lily, the bees are buzzing. Same way. The mind is off, going off, imagining this and imagining that, and ta-ta-ta, and ta-ta-ta, and ta-ta-ta, and ta-ta-ta. And whose? I'm not saying this. This Kabir said this. So if you don't like this, please talk to Kabir. By the way, he was, at the end of 13th century, beginning of 14th century. So if you find his phone number, please let me know too. But it completely makes sense. And who does this apply to, he says? Everybody. 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 All the holy ones and not so holy ones. Everybody is included. Not looking. This is his point. Not looking at what is obvious, but going off on the tangent of imagination. Most people imagine God. When you say God, it's a hybrid picture of different pictures you have seen. There's the famous one with the finger like this. So it's a hybrid picture, some old guy sitting there going, I'm watching you. Some hybrid picture. You really think your imagination is better than the divine is? This is the same imagination that in 14th century, later on, 1492, later on, 14th century, believed Earth was flat. And if you kept sailing, you would fall off. Brilliant. How did you ever imagine that? This is the same thing. This is the same bee going around that lily. Same bee. Oh, people will say, but what are you talking about? I mean, look at this. With this imagination, we have created the cell phone. So what? You like it? It's the necessary evil. The phone is this big. The manual is this big. Your fingers are this big. The buttons are smaller than your hair. You look at it, and for most people, it's like, they have the new phone. You just press the button and talk into it. You can only do this while you are alone. If you have a friend in the same room, in your close proximity, and you start talking into this thing, saying, I would like to know what time is it in New Delhi? And your friend goes, what? This thing will also come back and say, what did you say? And then when you say it again, the friend will say, what? How do you expect me to know what time is it in New Delhi? Oh, no. Then you have to explain. Oh, I was talking to this new gadget that I have. Gadget. Oh, but we have, with this imagination, we have invented airplanes. I'm a pilot. I've seen passengers when turbulence hits. So why are you holding on to the chair? The chair is attached to the airplane. Whatever is going to happen to the airplane is going to happen to the chair and then you. Because you are on the chair is on the airplane. And when it starts to go wild, uncontrollably, and the noise, you really want to give credit to somebody's imagination who came up with this thing that is about to kill you in the next 5 minutes and make you extremely uncomfortable in the process of dying? No, we have imagination. That's not the problem. And it's not what we imagine. That's the problem. What we should know, and we sacrifice it imagining, that's the problem. That's the problem. There are things that should be imagined, and there are things that should not be imagined. Things that should not be imagined. Person you're going to marry, don't imagine. Know them deeply, as much as you can, because otherwise you will be disappointed in life. Same thing with existence. Know the value of being alive. What does it do for you? You want to be successful in your business. You want to be successful as a father. You want to be successful as a mother. You want to be successful as a husband. You want to be successful as a wife. You want to be successful as a teacher. You want to be successful as a lawyer. You want to be successful and successful and successful and successful. But if you have no understanding what success is, how will you ever know when you are successful? So what is your success? This is my field. This is what I do. You've come here to hear about peace, and how come this is the first time I have mentioned the word peace? You think peace is unattainable? It's very attainable. People come to me, I'm looking for peace, and I have searched and 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 searched, and maybe you can help me. I'm like, what were you searching for? You were searching for something you already had. You think you were going to find it by searching? No. The process of finding peace, my friends, is discovering, not searching. Because peace always has and always will. And by the way, what I'm about to say, you know this. So here it goes. Peace always has and always will dwell in the heart of human beings. So now, question is, are you a human being? And if yes, you are, then it dwells in you. End of discussion. And hopefully end of searching. And hopefully end of all that problems. We've been trying to make sense out of our imagination. We have been trying to make sense of our imagination for thousands and thousands and thousands of years and have yet not succeeded in it. I'm not going to say what it is. I don't want to be politically incorrect. Kabir was, that's why I quote him. It works wonderfully. We do the imagining, then we try to prove our imagination, and we go around in circles, and we've been trying to do it for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years and have yet not succeeded. If your child going to a school kept failing for thousands of years, at what point would you disown him? I mean, he fails 1 year, you can say, stress. 2 years, 3 years, wow. 4 years, he's not my kid. And at 5 years, they probably throw him out of the school. He is not capable of learning. But let go. But we've created, out of our imagination, a whole universe which we have been trying to prove that it is so. And nobody to this day has been able to prove. This is 2012. You waiting for 2050? If they couldn't do it in 5,000 years, 6,000 years, you think another 5 will work? This tea is not boiling. There is no fire in the stove. It's not going to happen. But what has been said, the simplest and the most profound, ignored. Ignored. What has been said? What has been said? What you are looking for is within you. Know thyself has been said, totally ignored. Just discussed. What do you think it means? Another distraction. What do you think it means? It means exactly what it says. Know thyself. But the class would be too short. So let's have the kids write essays on what Socrates could have meant. For me, this is exactly what Kabir says. Without the knowledge of the self, you will wander and wander and wander and wander and wander and wander. There's no limit. There is no limit to doubt. There is no limit to any of these things. There is no limit to confusion. But if you want the answer, look within you. find that incredibly profound. It's not a belief. It's not a belief. Because here I sit before you. And I am saying to you, as I have said for almost 50 years, not quite, almost. This is where I found that peace. This is where I found my answer. This is what I say to you. That's where you'll find it. Not on top of some mountain, not on top of some temple, not on top of some place in you. And that's what makes this special delivery. For me, and for each one of you, the gift delivered. Delivered. A completeness, a wholeness, nothing withheld. Gift delivered. Special delivery. Winter is going to come, and we're going to all start imagining Santa Claus. And the whole idea is going to be, Santa, if you have been good, then Santa Claus will bring you a present. Christmas came in your life the day you were born. And there will never be a Christmas like that Christmas, because it was the gift of all gifts that was given to you. For whom? The sun is in check. The oceans are in check. The galaxies in check. The earth in check. And you walk this earth in doubt. You walk this earth in non-acknowledgement. You walk this earth without understanding the value of this breath. Excuse me, how can that be? How can that be? When here, the greatest celebration of joy should be taking place. How can it be? How can it be that human beings are fighting human beings, killing other human beings because somebody has a different idea than the other one? How could it be? How could there be that someone goes hungry. I mean, there should be only one reason why somebody goes hungry on the face of this earth. That's because they want to. When there is so much abundance of food, I mean, you have no idea how much abundance of food there is. You have no idea. This earth puts out food like you wouldn't believe. I was in Germany recently, a few days ago. Someone came from India and brought some Indian mangoes. Not too many, but just a few. And I hadn't had an Indian mango, of course, in a while. And I grew up around mangoes. So there's so many kinds of mangoes, it's hard to believe. But this was a mango. It doesn't have much flesh in it. And all you need to do is just kind of rub it in your hands like this, a little bit. And then there's a little black top on it, like a cover, which is where it was attached to the tree. And you just pop it. You can just pop it like this. And it's the most incredible soda you can possibly ever have. I mean, a soft drink, this is a soft drink. Amazingly sweet. Why? For whom? For whom? Anyone that wants to partake in it. Monkey? Fine. No problem. The mango isn't going to go, You put that down. We are the only monkeys that do that. We're the only monkeys that do that. No, that's not yours. Partake. Feed. Generosity is afoot everywhere you look. Generosity. All you have to do is realize what a special, special, special delivery this is. Your life, your existence, this kindness, this clarity. You are the center of your universe. It is, it wasn't, it is, and it won't be. This drama has played out on the face of this earth again and again and again and again and again. And it's not about it won't be, it is all about it is. That you are. Some people say, why do you mention death? Actually, I've only mentioned that briefly because I know there are so many people who are infatuated by it. They want to figure it out. What will happen? People have a whole story to tell. Every part of the world you go to, oh yeah, when you die, you're going to go and, so-and-so is going to be standing there looking at your book. saying, okay, what did you do? What did you do? Did you do everything good? If not, you go down. Why down? Where's down? Same people who came up with the imagination the earth was flat. Down. Down is no good. Down is where creatures that look weird come from. So down is not considered good. Always been divided into three parts: the heavens, the earth, and the underworld. The gardener doesn't take a look at all that and says, that's the underworld. He says, prepare it. That's where you gotta plow. That's where you gotta till. That's where you gotta make sure the soil is good, and then you will have a good crop. But this is what we do with our imagination. We come up with all of this stuff. Then the rest of the life is spent in trying to prove it. And of course, how are you going to prove imagination? There's no fact involved in it. What is the fact? You are alive. Is it not? Do you like it? You better. You better love every second of it. Every second of it. You should be in love. With this existence. This breath. It'll come. It'll come. It'll come. Because it is very special delivery for you. How beautiful it is that there's the knock. See, once you understand, then you hear the knock. Who is it? Special delivery. Special delivery of your existence. Because you should be in peace. Because from peace comes prosperity. Then you will be that fulfilled being, like you're supposed to be. You will shine like you're supposed to. This is not an imagination, I know. Wonderful thing for me is I say what I say. All I have to talk about what is, not what isn't. And I don't spend my time trying to prove it. You don't have to. And I don't have to interpret it. I'm not saying to you, you have to figure out why you are on this planet Earth. I know you are here to be fulfilled. Don't you know that? Of course you know that. This is what's amazing. I go around the world, I talk to people, I tell them what they already know. And for this they applaud. For this they applaud. You already know this. You don't have to applaud. I'm not doing you a favor. You already knew this. I just come and dust off the dust so that which should be shining shines again. This is your wisdom. This is your wisdom. Will we pursue better cell phones? Of course. Of course. We've been trying to communicate with smoke, drums, screaming, thumping. So, we have always imagined, geez, it would be so wonderful if I didn't have to scream for hours. I could talk on the phone. Then there was the phone. And of course, in India, in the old phones, you had to scream. The louder you screamed, in fact, more voltage was pushed across. And now, everybody has phones. Wherever you go, people are talking. And what has it done? Do you know how many people have become dear to their Creator because of this invention? I mean, before, if somebody said the telephone killed him, it would be like, telephone killed him? How? What happened? And now you say the telephone killed him. Oh, he must have been driving while he was talking on his cell phone. Oh, yeah. Listen, the scientists say at one point in time we were monkeys and we have descended from the monkeys, apes. I think it's true. Because the way we act in life is exactly like an ape. We sit there, we look at our people like, do we make signals with eyes like monkeys do? Of course. You have seen baboons showing their teeth? Big yawns. They're just trying to prove their superiority, just like we do, infatuated with our teeth. They have to be shiny, and they have all these gizmos. You know, this will make your teeth whiter. And some people have teeth that are so white, it's ridiculous. It makes their shirt look yellow. All this stuff of life is not what I am talking about. This isn't what's going to bring you peace. This will bring you pain. What will bring you peace is what is lying in your heart, waiting to be discovered. What will bring you peace is when you acknowledge the special delivery. Open the door and receive the package. Special delivery for you. It's here. It's here. Receive it. So that's all I had to say about the special delivery. Thank you very much, and good night.